DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, it's Monday, and Monday, as usual, is a tag day, especially now that I'm back, and they will be no exception. So, as you can probably hear, it's raining, and you even have a thunderstorm. But I should have time to do the tags before it gets too bad. Although it is raining quite a bit. Okay, so we'll be starting by Jasmine's 5 questions, a Monday 5 question tag. Hi there, Jasmine, and I do hope that you're doing well. Yeah, so let's just start that with one of these. So these 5 questions. So the first question is, let me see. Are you? No, sorry. Greatest risk you've ever taken. The greatest risk I've ever taken. Huh. That is a. It's actually a. I don't know if it's a physical risk or if it's probably one of the greatest risks I ever took was when we decided to emigrate, so to say. There was no family. There was relatively new friends, put it that way, and we moved into a part of the country where we didn't speak the language, and Mrs. DC was pregnant, and yeah, I kind of think that it was a pretty big risk, so to say. Biggest physical risk that I would have taken. A few times in the mountains or going in some caves where it wasn't all that safe. That could have been probably, but you know what? I guess I'm probably not such a big risk taker. Nothing comes immediately to mind. Okay. Question 2. Based on your outside appearance, how would you describe yourself? How would you describe yourself? Nothing special. I'm not a person that people notice based on my outside appearance. I don't look particularly ugly, but I don't look particularly handsome either. So how would I describe myself? Just a normal old guy, I guess. Except a man who wears hats. Actually, yes, if that counts. Because I have been told many times, yes, oh yeah, the guy who wears the hat. Yeah. So maybe that would be it. The hat man. Okay, question 3. Have you ever given someone a second chance? Quite often. I consider that, yeah, a person can make a mistake. I've given a lot of people second chances. I've even given third chances, which was actually pretty stupid at times, because every time I've given somebody a third chance, I realize it was a mistake. But you know something? You're supposed to, I was going to say, I will give people, put it this way, I will forgive a person, but it doesn't mean that I will just let myself be walked over all the time. And so giving the second chance is saying, you probably made a mistake. I hope you won't do it again. And yes, there's a bit of a difference between, pardoning in the biblical way of forgiving somebody many, many times, so to say. But you're not obliged to be walked over. This turn the other cheek is true, but it doesn't mean that you have to be. It have to be done. Some people think that you have to be done. You don't have to be done. Yeah. Question 4. Yeah, question 4. Have you ever tried flirting with someone? I guess it all depends, once again, how you would define flirting. If I'm in a situation, I've flirted with my wife a lot, and I still do. I do like, the other day I was in Spain, and I mentioned I was with my daughter-in-law's family, and I said, oh, I can kind of see where she gets her good looks. It seems to be in the family that the ladies are quite attractive. And immediately one of the aunts said to my daughter-in-law, well, your father-in-law is a rather flirtatious man, you know, but not in a mean sense, you know. She was pretty flattered. Yeah. So, but you know, I don't really actually feel the need to flirt with people, aside from saying, well, you look nice or something like that. Is that actually flirting? You know, if you don't expect something, you know what I mean? Okay. Question 5. And last. Well, I am going through these pretty quickly. Do you listen to your heart or your brain most? I do tend to listen with my heart, very much so. And my brain kicks in every now and then and says, you're being stupid. Sometimes the heart wins out, sometimes the brain wins out, but I usually start by listening with my heart. And that's something, is that being, I was going to say, a person who's always worked in science, you do tend to work with gut feelings, but you have to rationalize them. So basically, yeah, I listen with my heart, and then my brain kind of says, it's really stupid, just stupid, or just go at it. There's a bit of both, I guess. So is that it? Yes, it is. And believe it or not, Jasmine, it looks like I will be doing this tag under 10 minutes. I don't actually feel that I had very interesting answers this time. I don't know. I just guess that the questions for me were either relatively straightforward and nothing much to add. So we'll leave it at that. But thank you very much, and well, hope you're doing well this week. It'll be a nice week for you. And till next time, DC signing off. Take care, everybody.